14, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Ned and his friends try to do the impossible, create a guide that will help you survive school. Well, today I try to do the impossible, create a ticket that will help you win some money on this college football Saturday, something that has been much easier said than done on this program. Welcome to Beat the Bookie. I'm Calvin Christoforo, and I brought my extra large shovel today to try to dig you out of the hole that Cameron Ezeir left you in. Well, I guess Cam did prove something right last week. What can go wrong will go wrong, and it did go wrong. Mr. Ezeir went 1-13 and lost $90.45. We bet $100 on this show. Cam lost 90 of it. I don't need to elaborate. Yeah, that's not very good. And there's no surprise where that leaves him at the bottom of the worst. 1 for 14, Cam? Come on, what's going on here? But don't worry about it. You throw last week's record out the window. I'll focus on today. I'm here to turn it around. Let's win some money, cue the music, and get in to our big games of the week. It's win or go home for Texas A&M tonight, and that is not hyperbole in week 3 of the season. After a loss to App State last week, the Aggies host number 13 Miami tonight, and with the loss, Jimbo Fisher and company are 1-12 heading into SEC play. Not 1-12, 1-2. 1 win, 2 losses heading into SEC play, but they might as well be 1-12 because their playoff hopes gone, poop, evaporated. That's why I think they get it done today. Miami is 2-0, but they've played nobody and nobody's brother. So give me A&M laying the 6.5 points for $10, especially with LSU transfer quarterback Max Johnson getting the start at QB for the Aggies. Do you feel that? Ow, ow, ow. Do you feel that? That's BYU, a team that's a fraud hot to the touch. The Cougars galloped to the number 12 team in the nation after an overtime win against Baylor last week at home, but that was a contest with 3 missed field goals that nobody wanted to win. There is no way, and I mean no way, they run it back on the road today in Eugene against Bo Nix and number 25 Oregon. People are talking about BYU like they're this year's Cincinnati. Come on, give me a break. They fall flat in a big way this afternoon. Give me the Ducks, -3 in the hook for my bottom Lincoln. At Jordan-Hare this afternoon, it's a rematch of a thriller from last season. Penn State and Auburn go toe-to-toe at 3:30. Penn State won this matchup a season ago, and I think they'll run it back this year, even with all the team's travel issues. The Tigers just have way too many question marks for me, coming off a 1-score win over San Jose State. And I love the Spartans, trust me, I do, but I'm taking the known commodity in this game, Sean Clifford, James Franklin, and the Nittany Lions. Give me Penn State to win by 3 points or more for $5. Now something new here on Beat the Bookie, and I can see how this came about after the embarrassing performance of last week's hosts. The producers want in on the action, and the C-suite is rolling with me for Texas A&M, but they're fading me on Oregon and Penn State. But folks, there's a reason why I'm in this chair, so feel free to disregard the column on the right and leave it to the experts on this program. And speaking of things on the right, everyone is going right this week for my first game of the week, which is exactly why I'm going left. I've always been a closet fan in Nebraska, and with everybody jumping off the bandwagon, it's time for me to officially hop on. My Cornhuskers are at home taking on number 6 Oklahoma without newly fired head coach Scott Frost, and the world is against us. But here are the facts. It'll be another sellout at Memorial Stadium, the 383rd in a row, and it will be a 1-score game, just like it was in Norman a season ago. Does OU win this contest? Yeah, they do. Do they win it by double digits? No, they don't. Give me the Corns getting 11.5 at home, another 5 spot on that. In all our breaking narratives here on Beat the Bookie, someone has to pay Vanderbilt its due respect. This is a team that's been the laughingstock of the SEC for far too long, and they are still far away from being a competitor, yes, but they are a much improved football team under second-year head coach Clark Lee. Them being underdogs against Northern Illinois? Northern Illinois is downright disrespectful. Give me the Doors to win outright on the road at +114 for $10. Speaking of Power 5 teams on the road in the MAC, Pitt visits Western Michigan today in a rematch of an early season upset from a season ago when Western knocked off the number 13 Panthers at the formerly named Heinz Field. That, though, is one of the reasons why I love the Panthers today, giving 10.5 points. Pitt has revenge on its mind, and it's not going to take the Broncos lightly like it did a season ago. And oh yeah, it's the better football team. So give me Pittsburgh on the road to win by 11 or more for another $5 bill. Okay, yeah, I know what you're thinking. I can see the tweets rolling in already. Beans, you've made 6 picks and you've only spent $40? What's going on here? Okay, all right, I got you. Let's spend some dough because I really, and I mean really, love this bet. Number 11 Michigan State is on the road taking on unranked Washington, and it's an underdog? What? Sure, Washington is 2-0, but its wins are Kent State and Portland State? I don't understand what I'm not getting here. Michigan State, again, is the better football team regardless of where they play this game. I like the Spartans to win outright. MSU plus 150 for 15 big ones. A ton of value in that pick. My dog of the week is Nevada getting 22.5 points against Iowa. Sure, Nevada just lost by 2 touchdowns to FCS Incarnate Word, but it's still 2-1 on the season. That was a good Cardinals team. Give them some respect, please. And speaking of Iowa, who is going to win this game, they are in no position, to beat anyone by 3 touchdowns. They haven't scored 3 touchdowns at all this season. Why is Nevada going to be different? Did the Wolfpack win this game? No. Did they lose it by less than 22 points? Yes. $10 more down on that. It's time to get to my lock of the week, and this is dedicated to a very special viewer of the program. Every week, this guy sits at home, watches the show, and begs for people to take the Notre Dame money line. And though the Irish are 0-2, I have to grant Powers Lynch his wish. Notre Dame money line at home against Cal, minus 465. Sure, I'm trading a Jackson for less than a Lincoln, but it's about winning money on this show, and even safe money is real money. 20 smackers down on the Irish. We got $15 left, so let's swing for the fences on a parlay. LSU is a home dog against Mississippi State, and I think they get it done. Brian Kelly gets his first win in conference. I like the Tigers' money line at plus 118. LSU is a home favorites for minus 10.5 against Fresno State. The Trojan offense has just looked unstoppable up to this point. They win by 2 or more touchdowns. And I'm going to double down on my favorite pick of the day, Michigan State to win outright against Washington for $15. $15 down in that parlay wins you 141. Yeah, I like that. I think so. So to recap, Texas A&M minus $5, minus the points for $5. Oregon and BYU to play to a close one, but the Ducks cover at home. Penn State to do the same against Auburn for $5. My Cornhuskers to cover in Lincoln for a Lincoln. A 10 spot, I should say, down on Vanderbilt's name. $5 for the Pitt Revenge Tour, and then the big money. $15 on Penn State to pull the road upset, $20 on the Irish to get back in the win column, 10 more on Nevada to cover the 22.5 points against the offensive-less Iowa Hawkeyes, and lastly, my parlay, we throw 15 down on a 3-legger of USC to cover against Fresno State, LSU to get a win in the SEC, and then we're all in on Michigan State for our final leg. That'll do it for this edition of Beat the Bookie. You're welcome. I've won you some money. Go out there, be responsible, pet a dog, slurp a slushie, and enjoy a fun day of college football. I've been Calvin Christoforo. This has been Beat the Bookie, and we're out.